Right, it's 3 AM and we stayed at my parents' last night in Edinburgh because we're flying out of Edinburgh to Brussels, and then Brussels to Turin, in a wee car from Turin to Les Alberts in the Alps to go and see Andy from Spain Customs. Right guys, so that is us in Italy after the early start this morning.
It was 3 o'clock when we got up and now it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We're an hour ahead here in the UK.
We are an hour ahead, yeah. I'm just trying to get the sat-nav to play ball and then we'll be on our way.
Yeah, we've got a car from Enterprise, so...
Good old ways. Proceed to highlighted route, that should be us. And I think that's us on our way. Guys that have bought like and just went for say a 110 by 420 by 120 drop without trying that in, you know, standard component first.
Well, that's a really interesting point actually, because we get a lot of people that have come in and they've bought maybe a really expensive bike, 10-12 grand, and they've gone in, they've bought it because it looks cool but it doesn't quite fit them, and then they start chasing that fit, so they maybe buy a new saddle because their arse hurts, or then they buy a new bar because they think they should be narrower, or maybe they want to raise the bars up because they think their back hurts because they need to raise the bars up, and they chase that fit, and you don't really do that in like golf. You'd just get a club made to measure right away, wouldn't you? And everybody understands why that is. So we don't make these components at the moment. We're about to open a mould for the steering and stem, but then we'll essentially be restricted on reach and drop.
And will that be something you only do with your frames? Or will you do them as a secondary part as well?
Well, we've actually just started thinking about making some saddles, and we'll be marketing them as a separate brand. So yeah, I suppose in the future we could have components that are branded up our way, but we're going to make them to our design to start with for our bike, but not sell them as a separate thing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I guess if somebody wanted one, I'd sell them one. But
of course.
The main thing is getting control over that part so it handles properly. So this bar, obviously it's an aero shape, so there's quite a lot of carbon goes into making that shape aero, which makes some of those bars, some of those type of components quite stiff. Yeah. And that can ruin the front end ride of the bike. So we use ones that we know and we're used to using, and
that you're happy with.
Yeah, they ride properly.
That's wicked.
Yesterday we rode up Izzard in the snow, and we loaded up with skis and stuff like that, so we needed bigger tyres. So I changed the fork out on my road bike, which is essentially the same geo as that. Put a longer fork in it with a bit more rake. That took a bit more tyre, and we already had dimples in the rear end, quite a lot of clearance, so I got a 47 on that, and that was brilliant.
Really?
Hutchinson's on that before I put the WTBs on we used yesterday, and they were great. But
you got 47 on your road bike?
Yeah, that's really sharp. That's a 74 head angle.
And that's one of your road bikes as well, that's one of your frames?
Yeah, well obviously if I want to do anything I have to use what I've got laying around. So we just sort of hacked that together. But it looked cool, it looked really nice, and it's loads of fun, having a bigger tyre on the road.
Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's really good. So yeah, that's our road bike.
So this car would be, doing this every morning sort of thing.
Every morning. Yeah. That's going to keep fit just doing that.
Yeah, and there's no air up here either, because the French, go going down that one into this bit. So they believe that.
Perfect.
Now we need to pull up somewhere, and then we're going in that building to book a lesson. So just maybe get in there, a bit further down, where that guy's houses are.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I got it, because we're all more
stayed, I was Liz Albert's in France, and Andy's persuaded us to go. Well, didn't have to persuade Jack much, but persuaded me. It's minus what, 19 at the minute, and it's my first time skiing. Well, for both our first time skiing.
Yeah, that's
So yeah, wish us luck.
Come straight towards Jack. Straight towards Jack. That's it. Look at Jack. What's that? It's a silly drink.
Cheers.
You need a There's no shells as well. You could maybe make something out of the shells.
That is everything. So, we've had a really good day, and now we're in a local restaurant. What's the restaurant called? And this is the local drink.
There's Genevieve. So anywhere in the Alps you can get Genevieve. Made from a herb that grows above the tree line. You have to have a permit, I believe, to collect it. But then you make it into this lovely liqueur kind of spirit, which is everybody that goes skiing, hangs out in the mountains, knows about Genevieve. And this is new for you.
Yeah, and it's
It's
good.
delicious. This is good Genevieve.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I don't mind them like to get that look because I think that's like a motorbike look is very